YouTube! What the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, and the Sunmaker welcomes you to the battlefield. I'm gonna double click here on the terrain if I can, because it should fix the debug camera being slow. Yeah, look what the Sunmaker just did to these Wood Elves. So the opening salvos of the game, and the Sunmaker is, according to the Creative Assembly, the most deadly unit in terms of kills per battle. Don't know if you all knew that. Like, it doesn't always pay off, but it fires so many rockets and gets so many kills so quick. I think that's why it ended up taking the cake there. But I mean, it has gotten 34 kills, and now it just jumped up to 42. And then the Empire player drops a Doom Flock over here too, an extended Doom Flock. So immense damage to the Wood Elf build early. A couple of the Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts already way down. There was 5 of them to begin with, and then a lot of Eternal Guard. Then I think what the Wood Elf player was aiming for here was their own Flock of Doom to help pull down enemy infantry to make up for the fact that Eternal Guard are not spectacular. And then the Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts are probably meant to shoot down enemy flyers or cavalry. But I mean, the Sunmaker has made some very, very quick work of this. There's a Jade Wizard here to support the Empire. Look at this, though. I mean, just a rocket battery. 92 kills. And the foot battle's just starting. There's a couple of Flagellants up front for the Empire. They will do quite well against Eternal Guard, I believe. So 3 Flagellants up front. There's some great swords behind right here and some spears on the flanks. So the Empire infantry, not fantastic, but the Wood Elf infantry is not great right now either. The Boris Todbringer here gets hit with the Prey of Eneth-Rema and then an Arrows of Kronos. Very nicely done there by the Glady, who's about to be attacked by the Amber Wizard on this freaking awesome looking, whatever you call this thing, Griffin? Is it a Griffin? Yeah, I think it's a Griffin. So, yeah, anyway, great attack there on the Glade Lord. Wild Riders are going to swing around the flank. Boris is free, but he's taking heavy fire from the Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts, but the Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts are taking some heavy fire from the Sunmaker, which has racked up 154 kills. More Doom Flock here for the Empire, tearing down the what do you call it? The hit points of the Wood Elves. Over here, a little bit longer battles taking place. Great swords, though, obviously going to be able to hack through Eternal Guards with relative ease. The Amber Wizard has gone down to the Glady. Not a huge surprise there. She was definitely the better unit. But the Amber Wizard served some usefulness, got a couple of Doom Flocks off, did some damage to the Glady. Boris is back here trying to wrap up some Wild Riders because they got into the Sunmaker. Finally silenced it, but they're not dead. They have 176 kills. They may come back from routing. Another Doom Flock. This time it was against the Empire because there is a Lore of Beast Spell Singer on the battlefield. She's right here. Spell Singers are such a cool looking unit. They're hovering around there, like doing all that crazy magic stuff, and then you got the Glady on her dragon. This game is pretty spectacular. So Boris Todbringer swings in, hoping to put an end to the Glady, but he comes under a withering fire from Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts, heavily damaged from the Sunmaker, albeit, but still a lot of fire. But then the Sunmaker crew is able to grab the guns again, and they have 9 volleys left. I don't know, I think it shoots 2 volleys per shot. Oh no, geez, it shoots a lot more than that, good grief. Yeah, because it just shot like almost all right there, 182 kills, and the final shot goes off. See if it gets any more kills at the final shot. Nope, so 182 kills from the Sunmaker, and a lot of that was on expensive Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts. Play of Eneth-Rema here used excellently again by the Wood Elf player, so Boris Todbringer is going to buy the farm here. He should be gone. And then there's some more Doom Flock coming in to hurt the Empire. So the Empire started off very, very strong here. But the Wood Elf player has fought resiliently and used their tools to good effect. And now the Empire is in a tough position because Boris Todbringer is routed. He is replenishing quite quickly and may come back from the fight. The Glady routes as well, which is unfortunate. There is still a Jade Wizard. He's going to be attacked by some of these Wild Riders. They probably can't kill him. The Great Swords over here are going to take a throttling from Starfire Shafts because they do not have shields, and so nothing will protect them from the armor-piercing damage of the Starfire Shafts. So it's going to be pretty brutal. Yeah, armor-piercing missile damage, and it looks like their ammunition is both flaming and magical. So Starfire shafts can be pretty devastating. Boris Todbringer dies off on the side of the battlefield. There's only a few Empire units left over here. The Eternal Guard are actually going to beat down the Spearmen. That's expected. Some Flagellants, the Spearmen trying to fight off Eternal Guard here. As we take a look at what's left, there's a few Great Swords here, which are going to be a tougher unit, but it's going to really depend on whether or not these Glade Guard can stay in the fight. This one looks like it will. The Tattersouls Flagellants here had like 183 kills, looks like. Yeah, that's pretty nice performance from them. Prey of Anathrema is going to stop the Great Swords and make them more vulnerable to missile fire, so good play for the Elf player who's hitting them with some regrouped missiles. And then the Glady's going to drop down here into combat. Doomflock being used again by the Spellsinger, so very timely there. The Empire is in pretty rough shape here. Couple of Tattersouls, but the Glady starts to rout here, so now it's looking like it could be anybody's game here when you look at the balance bar and the amount of time left. It's kind of hard to say. If the Empire had more Flagellants, I would say that this could potentially be in their hands. They've only got so many left. There's these ones over here. There's a decent number of unit models, considering that their health is almost entirely gone. Glady comes back down into combat one more time. If the Jade Wizard could get off a hit here, might be able to help rout the Glady. Yep, it looks like he did. Yeah, he got a pretty good hit there, too. That was a pretty clutch shot by the Jade Wizard, putting the Glady to rout. And then the Eternal Guards lose their leadership over here up against the Spears. And then there's some Great Swords that have regrouped in the back for the Empire, and then also over here to the right flank. So the Starfire shafts actually running low on ammunition at this point. So the initial beating by the Sunmaker is going to end up being clutch here, because the Glade Guard took such damage, such extensive damage early on. I think the Dragon would probably cause... Does it cause terror? It does cause fear and terror. And, ooh, nice arrows of Kurnos, but some of it hit their own troops. So, valiant effort there by the Glady, but her leadership is faltering quickly. She would need to cause terror to get these units off the battlefield. I think if the Spellsinger was over here fighting with these Eternal Guards, and then a rear charge came from the Glade Lord, could have potentially done the trick. The Glade Lord's going to sit back and try and fire in at the Jade Wizard. But I think it's too late for that type of thing, because if the army losses flip much more, then the Glady's just going to chain rout. So if they were able to keep these Glade Guard or Eternal Guard away, and then like kind of come at the Empire all at once with the Wizard, with the rear charge, that would have probably been their best chance. I'm not 100% convinced it would have worked because the Jade Wizard was there, but it possibly could have, since all the Empire infantry here is potentially vulnerable. Wow, there's still a lot of replay left, though it's still counting down, and then there, or no, okay, that's an Earthblood. I thought it was going to be a, Doomflock. So the Earthblood's going to actually heal the Jade Wizard significantly. I don't see how the Wood Elf player can pull this back. He's going to go ahead and fire all his ammo, which is prudent, right? They're going to try and win, might as well sit back and fire that ammo. Oh, there's a regrouped Eternal Guard, so once again, kind of feel like the Spellsinger should have been over here and potentially set up a terror route. I don't know, though. I could be wrong. This Glade Guard came back. Eternal Guard doing a decent job holding. They already have 100 kills from earlier. And the Glady was able to rack up some more kills as she fires her arrows in here and then locks down the Jade Wizard with the Prey of Anathrema. A little bit of outflanking that's going to be done by the Great Swords here, so nice little touch by the Empire. Ooh, there comes the Doomflock. So the Empire is going to eat a Doomflock at the last second. But the Spellsinger Lore of Life, or Lore of Beast, chain routes, as does the Glady whenever that last unit routed there. So it was a little bit too late for the Doomflock to save the Wood Elves. What a replay. And this particular replay was sent in by Aldanaz, who, I don't know if he still maintains a YouTube channel, but I know he did back in the day. He did some Total War. And Aldanaz, if you're watching and you want to, if you still run a YouTube channel and you want to leave a link to your channel there in the comments, please feel free to do so. I appreciate you sending it in, and I hope you're doing well. It's been a long time since I've chatted with you. I know I played some games with him back in the day on Shogun 2 Total War, and he was a pretty good Shogun 2 player. I was impressed with his abilities back in the day. you know, made some fun videos, and in this case, it was a lot of fun to watch the Sun Maker get a ton of kills. These Tattersouls also did a fantastic job. And when you look at the elf side, the Glade Lord picked up a pretty fair few number of kills. This one Eternal Guard right here really racked it up, doing quite well. I didn't really keep an eye on these Azrae's Spear and how they dropped. Interesting units there, in the sense that maybe they got into some flagellants or something that they didn't like. I didn't exactly catch what happened to him. Maybe the Sun Maker got him too. Very well could have been the Sun Maker. That thing was brutal. Hope you all enjoyed the replay. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I will see you back soon on another Total War Warhammer battle. Though quickly, want to appreciate MSI for sponsoring the channel. They're great, and I'm actually still out on the trip with them right now. I'll have a little bit more information for you when I get back home, or actually, I'll be back home when you're watching it, but I'm going to film it again while I'm still out here in the hotel to kind of tell you the final bit of information from my trip to the AMD offices. Really learned a lot of really cool stuff about Ryzen. I'm really excited to get home and do the build and then eventually give it away to someone on the channel. But I'm interested in some of the stuff that like I said, learned about Ryzen. I'll share some of it with you, share what MSI is doing to support Ryzen, and really, again, the goal out of this, like, it's a fun hobby for me to build computers. But I want those of you who watch my channel, because it seems like so many of you enjoyed Total War. Total War is that much more enjoyable when you make your own computer, like when you build your own custom gaming rig, and it's not as expensive as you may think to build one. That's a whole lot of fun, and it's something that to me just brings a lot of pride, like being able to build your own system and then game off of it. But I want to share that with you all because I find it so enjoyable, and I think some of you would as well. So that's why I'm doing this, in case you're wondering. And of course, it helps me in the sense that MSI helps keep me up to date with the latest technology and gaming components. Anyway, sorry I get off on this all the time, but I like it. I really like it. It's a passion of mine, and I hope it gets you all excited too. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I'll see you next time.